guys, I am Misha OD and welcome back to another video on my channel. If you're new here, my name is Misha. I am a food, lifestyle, and fashion vlogger. If you're interested in any of those topics and a little bit of mommyhood stuff, please check out my channel or like and share any of the videos with any moms or women that you know in your life. But if you want to know what's up with me, stay tuned for the rest of the video. So I basically just wanted to do a little chit chat. What prompted this video is a woman on TikTok, two women on TikTok to be exact. So there's a video on TikTok that I saw where a woman talked about, and I know you've seen it because it was on Twitter and everything, because you know Twitter is a lawless place. Basically chastising another woman who TikToked her experience. She was going on a date and so anyway, she was chastising this woman because it's her first date. She's been talking to this guy and this is their first time linking up. So she wanted to do something nice to make a good impression, a good first impression. And what she chose to do was get him a cigar. Now, her dad had these cigars because he's a cigar man. Dad said, let me give you a cigar and give you a cutter to go with it. And her mom was like, oh, you're just gonna give him the cutter, the thing just like that? No, wrap it up in some paper and some tweed and tie it up and make it look pretty. Her parents helped her out, mind you. Mama didn't spend no money. She didn't spend no coin, no nothing. She brought it to him. He was excited or happy that she did that. And basically what he said is like, that's so cool. And he's never gotten a gift on the first date before, and how that made her stand out. Bruh. When I tell you that term had these people in a uproar, Twitter was in an uproar, TikTok was in an uproar. This woman decided to take this as an opportunity to showcase her relationship advisory skills. To basically make an example out of this woman by telling other women, you should not do that. You should not buy a man a gift. You are the gift. You are the prize. You should not be going on no date and bringing no man no gift. That's that man is a narcissist. He's this and he's that. And none of these women know whether this is just this woman's love language. This is how she is. She could be this way with anybody in her family. She could just be this way in general. And the part that got me is that everybody was so focused on him saying that she stood out, as if that meant she was competing with other women. That is not what that is. And even if that is the case, my God, what is wrong with that? Everybody is dating. When you're dating, it doesn't mean that you automatically become exclusive to someone once you lay eyes on them. That's not how that works. And if he is dating and around, for that fact, and he's talking to other women, and this one happened to be attentive and listen and decided to do something in that way without him having to prompt or say or even expect, why is that a bad thing? When I say people were tearing up this woman in her comments, I think that people need to stop giving advice, especially unsolicited advice. If somebody wants to share something on the internet and you decide to have an opinion about that, that does not make your opinion facts. And not because you looked up a word on Google and found the definition, you know that it's called confirmation bias. As I proceed to give you the Google definition, please pause to read fully. Here's the thing about advice and why I don't think that people should be out here giving unsolicited advice to people is because advice is not cookie cutter. It doesn't fit every single person. Some advice, like financial advice, yes. And even that, you can't give a rich man poor man's advice and you can't give a poor man rich man's advice. You can, but it's not gonna always apply until you've reached a certain financial bracket in life. That is not how love and relationships work. Relationships, I feel like, are unique to the people that are in part in that relationship, and I feel like they're as real as the people in the relationship. And it's very disheartening to know that it's women of, you know what I'm saying, saying all of these things. Like, I don't understand why people project their experiences upon other and call it advice. That's not advice, Miss Ma'am. That is opinion. And opinion is not fact, especially when it comes to relationship. In order for something to be like concrete advice, you need context. You need to understand the two people that you're dealing with. You cannot look at a video and assume that you have all the facts necessary to make a proper judgment and give the best advice. Most of what you are saying is going to come from either your own experience, your professional understanding, and what has been given to you. And it should always be a suggestion, not concrete advice that is sure to work. That is bullshit. Bullshit, okay? It is, and I'm gonna leave it here. What works for the goose is not always good for the gander. I think that's how that works. Here's the one that is in Jamaican. Puss and dog nav the same luck.
What?
Which means what may work for Tom will not work for Dick. And what may work for Susan may not work for Sam. It just does not work like that. She decides to give this man a gift. How does that make her a pick-me?
I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. I don't understand.
Some people just are thoughtful in that way. Some people just like being nice. My girl didn't spend no money. Let me just make that very clear. Mama didn't spend any money, okay? But the gesture in itself was perceived as a weakness, and I think that that is so tacky. I think that people need to let go of giving people relationship advice just because you have a relationship going for yourself, because you don't know how successful your relationship is. You don't know what you got going on sometimes, especially when you spend too much time out there trying to tell people what to do. You too busy out there trying to tell everybody how to water their grass. Meanwhile, your grass is dying and you have no idea because your eyes are all up and everywhere in everybody else's business. I don't agree with that. I used to want to give people advice because I feel like I'm pretty good at it, but now, especially when it comes to relationships, I have learned my lesson. I've learned a very hard lesson in giving people relationship advice and really just only focusing on my relationship with myself and my relationship with my partner. Although, I'm gonna always tell people to do what's in your heart. Do what works for you. And yes, some advice out there is nice to have. It's sound, it's good, but the advice that comes from in here, in your heart, that's what should always trump the advice of society, the advice of those around you, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Don't let nobody convince you that you need to play a game, or that you need to be manipulative, or that you need to lie, or that you need to be dishonest, or any of that. If you can't receive what it is you are dishing out, then don't dish it out. If you want someone to start a relationship based on a lie with you, then yeah, go ahead and lie to them. But if you want a relationship based on honesty, you kind of have to put some honesty out there and be open to receiving that honesty back, even if that honesty is not what you want to hear or not what you expect to hear. Because honesty is not all gumdrops and rainbows and shooting stars and love lost stories. No, some relationships start very unconventional, and I'm not saying that you should expect or accept anything that is abusive, anything that is manipulative, and anything of that nature. If it doesn't feel good in your heart, doesn't sit well with you, then don't continue. Don't do that. That is my only advice I give anybody when it comes to relationships. Follow your heart. Lead with the kind of relationship you want to start. Lead that in that behavior. And if what you are giving is not being received, or they're not, giving that back to you, then you make a choice to cut that. You make a choice to be done with that. A lot of my rooted conversations with my fiance and the ways that I communicate with him are based on him being my best friend. So would I say this in this tone and this matter to my best friend? I'd probably try to, you know, be a little bit more, you know, considerate when I'm speaking to my best friend. So I try to bring issues and situations to him as if I want the outcome to be that we stay together, unless I am unsure of that. Also, why I don't feel like people should be out here giving people advice, especially relationship advice. Yeah. If you liked my video and have a awkward, quirky, or weird love story of your own, please do not hesitate to share them with me. My email is in the description box in case you're feeling like you don't want to share that publicly in the comments. You can share it to me privately in an email, but if you are open to sharing your quirky love story or your unconventional beginning of a happy and long relationship, please share that story in the comment section. Like this video, share, subscribe, and yeah, just stay away from most relationship advice from most people. Yeah, it's a good idea. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I put a Q&A up on my Instagram because I actually want to do a Q&A video so people can actually get to know me. So if you want to get to know a little bit more about me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and respond to my polls. I'll see you guys later. Bye.